Hi, I'm John Fitzgerald and welcome to this week's edition of Team Wealth Builders. Old versus new. John, why should we buy a new property rather than an old property? One reason: cash flow. And this is a big mistake investors make. They look at a property at the day that they settle the property and look at its cash flow but do no forward modelling. And it's like a business that does no forward cash flow planning. And the forward modelling, when you do it on older property, becomes a money pit. And why that's a major concern is that you can't then use it to build on, to add on to, because if you've got 3 or 4 older properties, Murphy's Law is that everything will go wrong at the same time. Older houses, particularly those that are 10, 15, even 20 years old, can cost as much as $5,000, $10,000 a year. And sometimes if you let that go, every few years you'll get a $20,000, $30,000 bill. I don't buy older houses because of that reason. I want to buy new. I want to ensure that my cash flow is positive but going up, and therefore I can forecast my cash flow so that as I get growth in the property, I can use it to duplicate. Now this is where the formula comes in, because people say to me, but John, if I'm buying older property, won't I get better growth? The answer is yes, you might get better growth because in an older property you might have more land content. However, you're going to have much worse cash flow. And the much worse cash flow inhibits your ability to get compound growth. And therefore, mathematically, if we both start out, I'm going to be way ahead of you in 5, 6, 7 years. And I'm going to be assured of my cash flow. So it's pure mathematics. And what I say about property is, and the thing about building is that, and I often say to people, don't take building risks, really. Get your guarantees from your builder, make sure you've got insurance from your builders, all those sorts of things, and make sure you depreciate 100% of your building, which you can't do on older properties. Have your cash flow, manage your cash flow. Here's the saying: cash is like oxygen. If you run out of it, it'll be over very quickly for you. And yes, you might think you're smart in getting that older property for the first 1 or 2 years until, as happened with mine, the toilet breaks, tree out the front lawn, undermine the roots under the ground, $30,000 to pull the tree out, replace the driveway, the retaining wall, and fix the toilet. Cash is like oxygen. It'll be over very quickly for you if you're stuck in that predicament, and it's certainly not a way to build a property portfolio. Just mathematics. Thanks for listening to me.